everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is he too frugal? Is he too frugal? Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, to get us started, I did pull a short video. Let's watch this video, and we have a letter. Then we're going to read this letter and dive right into this topic. Is he too frugal? Here we go.
Boyfriend is pretty stingy and frugal. At first, I thought he was responsible with money, but now it feels excessive. Is that a red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal?
It can be a red flag. Yes, I've met quite a few very successful guys. You go out to lunch, he makes you pay. It's not very fun. You want to find a guy who's successful but also generous, so it can be a red flag.
Okay, let's read this letter. I am currently courting a man for marriage. We are both in agreement to the possibility. He is 61 and I am 60. We are both divorced with grown children. He will be opening a cafe soon and is extremely focused on his vision. He is tall and handsome, and I enjoy speaking with him and joining him for coffee and walks. But sometimes he can be absent-minded, like he'll forget to call or follow up. But he is very apologetic when it's brought to his attention. The thing is, we have different tastes for the finer things. He drives a Honda and me a Mercedes. While he's modest in his appearance and spending, I like fine dining, travel, and shopping. He recently invited me to dinner at his home, along with two married couples. His home was welcoming, clean, and well-maintained, but dated. I really like him, but I'm not sure how our lifestyles can come together. Someone recently referred to us as Marjorie and Steve Harvey, and I overheard someone say she can elevate him. Well, okay. I don't feel like I should be the one elevating a man or introducing him to the finer things. This is true. This is true. It sounds like you're dating down to me. Okay, because he should be the one to introduce you to the finer things. Okay. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Absolutely. How do I introduce him to the finer things? Well, let me tell you something about that. He knows the finer things out there. He chose to be frugal, especially with him opening a cafe. That's going to take a lot of his funds and attention, and he plans to get that started. Once he gets his cafe off the ground and booming, well, maybe he will enjoy the finer things and allow you to enjoy the finer things. You see, this is something that you need to sit down with him and talk about. I really don't want this to be a deal breaker. Okay? I can understand because he seems like a nice guy. He's ambitious. He's opening up his cafe. And I'm going to tell you something. Once the cafe gets, off the ground and booming or whatever, he may surprise you. He may not be as frugal as you think. But this is something that you both need to sit down and talk about. Now, you didn't say how long you've been dating this man or anything like that, but I hope that you spent at least a year or so to get to know him for sure, to get to know his pattern. And if you know his background, has he always been frugal? Or is it just something that's happening now? All right. It's a lot of things that need to be discussed here. What happened in his last marriage? Maybe he got burned financially. You don't know. Talk to him and find out where his head is on this. Because, number one, if you are a spender and your intended is not, remember now, when you go into a marriage, the man wants to be the boss. He wants to feel like he's in charge of his family. And if he is a penny pinching man, he's going to demand that you penny pinch too. Now you need to look at it. Look at it closely. That's why I say with these relationships, situationships, you need to take your time. You need to sit down and talk it out with these people. Now, you've seen how he is being frugal. Okay. Is that his nature? Is that how he intends to live? Because, see, there's some people in the world who live in lack. No matter what they have, they live in lack, which means that the universe doesn't give them that much, just enough to survive, because that's what they're content with, living with a little bit. Now, for those of us who like abundance in our lives, we're open to that. Open doors. And the universe can bless you with much abundance, the finer things in life. But if you're with a penny pincher, it can be difficult. Now, I don't want to make judgment on this man that that's what he is. He's frugal, but he's starting a business. And a lot of times when people are starting a business, they are frugal. As a matter of fact, maybe he doesn't have it. Maybe the Honda is what he can afford right now. Maybe he's not being frugal. Maybe he's living up to what he has. See, these are something that you need to sit down and discuss with this man. Okay? If you haven't already. And if he is dead set on living on a shoestring, you're going to have difficulty with him. Because even if you have your own money, how are you going to live one way and he's living another way? How is that going to work? He's going to always be on you about spending money. We need to save. We need to do this. We need to do that, because you'll be together in a marriage. These are things you need to think about. You might not be happy that way, especially if you want to go out and travel and shop and have a wonderful life. This man is not in the position to provide you with that right now, because he's trying to start his little cafe business. Okay? So you really need to think about these things and decide whether you are willing to sacrifice yourself to be with him or not. Okay? Because it's going to be a sacrifice right now while he's trying to start his little cafe. And you see, he's not about spending money, taking big trips and shopping and all that kind of stuff. You need a man who's already got it, who's got more than you see, so that he can elevate you. Not somebody that you have to sacrifice for to help him to be what he's going to be. That I would not advise you to do it. I wouldn't advise you to do it. But many women do it. You know, they'll sacrifice themselves to be with a man. I don't advise that. You should have a man who has more than you, so that he can elevate you, so that he can pamper you in the way that you deserve to be pampered, not to be struggling. Okay? Ladies, you have free will. Now, I know this seems like a nice guy and everything. So if you don't want to let him go, just hang around a bit, talk to him and see where his head is. Okay? About the way that he lives. All right? If he lives in a state of lack, he's going to always do that unless he realizes that the universe wants you to live in abundance, not in lack. You see? Now, these people don't feel like there's enough. There's enough. So they don't want to take too much. They just take a little bit because it's not enough. Don't live like that. Live in abundance. The world is abundant. You can live abundantly. If you want the finer things in life, you deserve the finer things in life. Do not sacrifice your dreams and desires just to be with a man. Just to be with a man. It sounds like you can do it on your own. You really don't need him for that. Not in marriage. Not in marriage. Maybe you'll date him longer and see where it goes. If you care for him that much. You see where it goes. See if he changes. Because if he knows you like the finer things, see if he's willing to provide that for you. Even with him, starting his business. If he wants to keep you, then he'll provide for you. All right? That's the ticket. That's how you know if a man really wants you or not. If he's willing to fight to have you. All right? Now, the thing about it is I realize with him starting his little business, he may not have the funds to wine and dine you right now. But like I said, once his little cafe picks up, he may. Unless he's got to run the cafe himself. Then he may not. All right? It's according to what position that he's in. But my advice is to sit down and discuss this with him plain English so that he will not misunderstand what you're trying to say here. Tell him what you expect, what you desire, and see what he says about it. And if he says something that's agreeable to you, all right, then all is well. But if he doesn't, then it's your time to think whether you want to be in this relationship or not. Okay? Whether you want to marry him or not. Okay? Because when you marry him, remember, you're going to be tied to him. You're going to be tied to him. And men want to be the boss. Okay? And if you want to go out and spend and he doesn't want any spending to be going on, it's going to be a problem. All right? It's going to be a problem. I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. Now, for those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And if you're looking for today's affirmation, which is very important because these affirmations help to change your reality by changing the way you feel about yourself. So check those out. And if you're interested in these caps, they are available in my online store, and you'll find a link in the description. I want to thank you all for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters, and a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.